Can someone please confirm if you guys can hear me and see my screen well?
Yes, well.
Yeah.
Great, we can get started. Before we start with storage details, we have already completed the redundancy option. Before we start with the next segment or with the next options available, do you guys have any questions on storage? Did you guys complete this video and these topics? Any questions do you have on this?
So,
Hmm.
under non-relational databases, like we'll need to go through all those options, or like, is it okay if we just read it once?
Just a glance is enough. We don't even
Yes.
have to go through all of them. Just a glance is enough.
Okay, okay, no problem.
Yes, guys, what about others? Did you guys go through this? Well, I'm still presuming no. Any questions do you have? If not on this, at least on what we covered yesterday, do you guys have any questions on this storage durability options? Any doubts, any questions?
Sohail, I have one question.
Hmm.
So whenever there is a virtual machine being deployed, as you said that it depends upon the interview how you're getting interview cracked.
Hmm.
It totally depends upon me that how I'm going to crack the interview,
Hmm.
right? So so as you said that storage is always will be given preference while deploying a virtual machine, or it will be on the demand, like how it will be.
No, sorry, didn't get your question. I mean, how is it related to your interview and
No,
what
I'm
do you
just
mean by
asking in general. मतलब
preference?
जैसे कि अगर हम लोग वर्चुअल मशीन डिप्लॉय कर रहे हैं,
Hmm.
ठीक है,
Hmm.
तो वर्चुअल मशीन डिप्लॉय करते समय ये स्टोरेज का ऑप्शन मतलब बाय डिफॉल्ट जैसे डिफॉल्ट हमेशा रहता है वैसे रहेगा, या फिर डिपेंड करता है कि उसके ऊपर कोई प्रेफरेंस आए कि नहीं हमें अभी एलआरएस में हमें जेडआरएस चाहिए या फिर हमें जीआरएस चाहिए,
No, no,
कैसे मतलब कैसे
LRS,
होगा?
ZRS, it's not for your machines.
अच्छा.
This is specifically for storage accounts which you create. This durability option, these options, they are only for storage, not for machine. Do not get confused, guys. Could you ask? Mute yourself if you're done with your question. So
I have muted.
these durability options are only for pure storage account. When you create a dedicated storage account, then only you can use LRS, ZRS, GRS, RA-GRS. For machines, for virtual machines, we have different high availability options. We have availability zone, we have availability set. There we are creating different machines, and there we are synchronizing the data. If you remember, I have told you many times that it is application team's job to make sure that data at the background it's being synced with each other, and
Correct.
they are using some software, they will use some software, so it is their job. So it's different for virtual machines. For data, for storage accounts, you are not doing it, Azure is doing it for you. You just have to select LRS and data is being synchronized between these three accounts, which are created in one data center. The moment you select ZRS, accounts are created on three different zones, but it is being synchronized by Azure. You are not doing that. Don't get confused.
Yes. Thank you.
And anyone else has any doubt in the same line or uh, any questions here? Guys, feel free to ask. Do not mix something and keep it in your mind कि यहाँ पर ये सिखाया था तो कि वो वहां पर apply हो जाता है. And it is bound to happen. I'm not blaming. This has nothing to do with your study. Even if you study hard, you revise everything, still these kind of questions will come, and these kind of questions are always welcome. Do ask, make sure your doubts are clear. So do you guys have any questions like this?
Yes, Surabhi.
Yes, Achar.
While we are deploying the virtual machine, we are using disk for the OS, right?
Hmm.
So for that disk, what durability we are choosing as a managed disk?
Now, two things. One, that is a type of disk, managed and unmanaged, which we have not covered. We are yet to cover that. But that has nothing to do with durability. You mix up two questions, but that's okay. I'll still elaborate them and I'll clarify. Managed disk and unmanaged disk. These are the types of disk which we are going to cover today itself. If you look at this, I have already mentioned what we are going to cover today. So here, if you look at this, we are going to cover managed and unmanaged disk. What is the difference between them? We are going to do that today, right? Managed and unmanaged disk. But durability has nothing to do with this. Managed or unmanaged disk का durability से कोई लेना देना नहीं है. Okay, and how do we select durability for machine? I just explained while answering Nirmal's question. When you do Azure availability set, you are creating 3 disks in different availability zone, right? Availability zone, when you're doing, you are creating 3 different machines, which means you are creating 3 different disks. Let's say that you are using availability zone. So your first machine will be here in some zone, second machine will be here in some zone, and third machine will be here in some zone. And the synchronization of these, it is your job. Your as in application teams work. They will do it. Azure is not doing it for you. I mean, there are services from Azure also, they can do it, but you'll have to do it manually. So when it comes to machine, you are not using these terminologies. Do not get confused. These LRS, ZRS, GRS, everything, it is specifically for storage account. For machines, we have seen we can have a separate backup. We are going to do backup. It is still pending. When we do the backup, we'll learn the backup. For machines, we follow availability set, where we can have multiple machines in one data center, but on different racks. So if a rack fails, your machine will be available. We can have multiple machines in different availability zone. So if a zone fails, if a one data center fails, your other machine will be there. But the synchronization between them, Azure is not doing that. You will have to configure that separately. This is your infrastructure as a service. Storage is your platform as a service. There will be more tasks here which you'll have to do manually. In storage, Azure is doing everything for you. So these terms which we have been doing, do not relate them with virtual machine. These are purely, they are not even for database. When we read database, SQL, etc., they are not even applicable for databases. This LRS, ZRS, GRS, RA-GRS, and these terms, specifically and explicitly only for storage account. I can have Azure portal, I can have Azure subscription, a tenant, a subscription, and I can have only my storage account. I don't even want a single machine on my Azure. I'm using Azure services only for storage. Still, I can use these services. It has nothing to do with machine. To use storage account, there is no dependency that there should be any machine. It is as good as your Google Drive. Let's say that you have a data of 5 TB, which you are sharing with people and you are earning from that. It could be wallpaper, where you're just downloading, you're a photographer, you're just clicking pictures and uploading your pictures, natures, maybe animal, wildlife, whatever pictures you click, modeling, whatever pictures you click, you simply upload and people download it from there and they pay you. Simple. You do not require any virtual machine for that. You are just using storage account. So why did I give this example? I wanted to show it to you that you can use Azure storage account without having a virtual machine. So do not correlate them. This is a different segment altogether. Yes, someone else was asking something.
Why it is me again, Asha.
Hmm.
While making a virtual machine, we are deploying a disk also for
Right,
OS,
right,
no?
right.
So for that disk, are we making any replication or the disk is only one or single?
No, that is only one. Unless you do it separately, that's a different thing. That is yet to be done. We haven't seen the backup of our machines and synchronization of our machines. We have not seen that. But till
Okay.
the time whatever we have seen, it's only one. You are not making any copy of it. But we have seen high availability, right? When we say high availability, we are creating 2-3 machines. What's the use of those machines if you're not synchronizing the data between them? If I have 3 machines under high availability, okay, if I go here and I say that my application is highly available because I have 6 machines. For one application, I have machine 1 here, machine 2 here, machine 3 here, machine 4, 5, and 6. But if you do not make sure that data is sync between all these machines and data is same and synchronized between all these machines, then what's the use of your highly available application? Can I even call them high availability? If data is not sync, let's say if this machine is down, my user is connecting to this machine, but the data is different. Whatever I ordered here, it's not reflecting here. I added some item to my cart here, but now I cannot see them here. So can I even call it as a high availability?
No.
No, at
Call
that
it as a high
moment.
availability, you will have to make sure that the data is synchronized. I mean, it is implied. The moment I tell you that I want high availability, so have 2 machines here, 2 machines here, 2 machines here. So it is implied that make sure that data is synchronized. Though in this case, you are not doing it, application team will do it. They will have some software, some data synchronization. They will make sure how to do it. It's their job. Maybe they will use some Azure services, but that is not being done under this one, not by Azure. Automatically, it's not being done by Azure. You will have to sync that data. Is it correct? Is it clear, guys?
Yes, Vinod.
What in this high availability, what Azure is telling you or what Azure is providing you, it is just high availability. Like we saw 2 machines, Tsoft and UT-Kloud. We did not do any synchronization because we wanted to check different websites, by the way, in that one. But in real life, I told you, we will require the same data. So syncing data, it is must. It is implied. You will have to do it. Your application team will do it. So there is a durability. There is definitely some durability. But Azure is not providing that by default. Unlike in storage, you just tell them what you want. LRS, fine. LRS, 3 copies in same data center, they are synchronized. ZRS, 3 copies in different data centers, same zone, they are synchronized. GRS, 6 copies, 3 in one zone, another one in one zone, they are synchronized. So in storage, Azure is giving synchronization service for to you extra. I won't call it for free. I was about to say for free. There are charges for everything, but it's not free. Got it?
Yes, Vinod.
Let me admit someone. Someone is facing some problem to connect. Just give me a minute. Yes, Sufyan, you have a question. Meanwhile, you can ask. I'm trying to add that person.
Yes, sir, bhai. Am I audible?
Yes, you are. Tell me.
Yes, sir, bhai. In GRS, if one region is down, right,
Hmm.
and the like our storage is to second region.
Hmm.
So until or unless the region which is down, like it will automatically switch to region two, right?
No, it won't.
So we do have to manually.
Yes, manually. We'll have to do it manually.
Okay.
I mean, it can. There are some softwares you can do it, but do it, be it manually or automatically. Approximately 2 hours it will take.
Okay, sorry, and like if the region which is down get up after 2 hours, so like do we need to switch to the region one or like it
Well,
will
don't
continue
don't
on?
don't worry about it. We have a detailed practical on this. By the way,
Okay, okay, sir.
what happens, I'll quickly explain it to you. Whoever understand it, it's okay. Who do not understand, leave it, because we have this topic in detail. How it works, I have my data here. Okay, my application is running. Everything is fine. Okay, the same data is being copied here. It's being synchronized. जो भी यहाँ पर लिखा जाता है यहाँ पर भी आ जाता है. hardly 5-10 minute का difference होगा. Everything is being copied here. This is how it works. Okay, let's say this is Pune, this is Mumbai. Everything is working fine, and let's say this is a medical app, health app or healthcare app. Okay, everything, patient's data, diabetes, medical report, everything is being copied here via application, hospital, that is being copied here already. This is Mumbai region. And this is how it is working. Let's say, God forbid, there is a flood situation in Pune. Okay, and now suddenly this app is down. It is going to take 2 hours for my application to redirect from here to here. Approximately 2 hours. They will work at the background, wait, automatic, ये वो कुछ भी कर लो. एक real time में बड़ा app हो तो it takes 2 hours. Okay? It will take 2 hours. Now your application is again up and running and it is working from here. So you can start giving services to your patients because your application is working. This is hospital reception, let's say. It is working. And now this region, it will take approximately 3 to 4 days to come up. फ्लड, उसका पानी निकालना है, ये होना है, कितना सारा उसमें नुकसान हुआ होगा, मे बी केबलिंग, पावर सप्लाई एक्सेट्रा. दिस इज गोइंग टू टेक 3 to 4 hours, 3 to 4 days. Meanwhile, your services are not down for 3 to 4 days. So compared to 3 to 4 days, 2-3 hours are nothing. Right? So your services are working. Now coming to your question, Sufyan, people who are not getting it, it's okay. We do have a detailed practical for this. How it works, till the time it was working smoothly, it was under GRS, Geo Redundant Storage. But the moment this went down and I started my services from here, it became LRS. The moment I start here, it became LRS. This becomes my primary and one and only storage account. Then there is no synchronization. You cannot go back to this. It has broken. It's done. Your all data is here and you're working here. So once everything is sorted after 4-5 days, 3 days, then you will have to initialize the synchronization again with it. This is how it works. Yeah, but we'll do that. Don't worry. We'll see that when we do it in detail.
So Sohail, can we understand like this?
No, let's not discuss this one. We do have a detailed topic on this one, so let's not waste time here because we will have to do it from scratch. Don't worry. I will explain it to you in detail from scratch to end, and we have practical also, and you guys will see it. How do we break? How do we resynchronize again? How do we fail back? What is it called? Everything it's there in detail. So don't worry. Let's not waste time on that here. Right. So yes, guys, any other questions do you have? But do not confuse this with your virtual machine. This is purely and specifically for your storage accounts, not for your virtual machines. Backup of your virtual machine is a different thing. Synchronization or the recovery of your virtual machine, those all are different things. This has nothing to do with your virtual machine. This I'm talking about purely storage account, which I'm using on Azure. Any questions, guys? Anyone has? Okay, I'll take that as a no and let's proceed. Before we start, just wanted to show it to you that you're talking about LRS, ZRS, ZRS. It's fine that LRS, it's 3 copies, but what's there in it for me? I mean, how is it helping me? Azure keeps 3 copies here, or Azure keeps 3 copies there, or Azure keeps 6 copies here. How is it impacting me? How can you quantify this to me? How Azure can quantify it to me, and how can I quantify it to my client? So for that, Azure has this SLA. Look at this. If you take LRS, they are promising you the SLA of 99.99999. It is 11 nines. And now I have already shown you the calculation, right? What does it mean? When I say my SLA is 11 times 9s, how will you calculate this? Let's say your layman client who's a very, a giant and a big, a well-known economics, but he doesn't understand anything in technical. He wants to know that, fine, this is my financial app. When you promised 9.9999, I understand the mathematics out of it, But what do you mean by this? That what am I getting? So how will you explain this? Can someone tell me what do you understand by this?
We'll calculate 24 cross 30. It will become 720.
Yes. Why are we doing that? Because this is your see, this is your monthly, or you do yearly, or however you want it. You just needed a number. So how they are calculating it? 730 hours monthly, right? So 730 hours ka 99.99999, or whichever is remaining, there will be hardly 1 hour or half
1 hour, yes.
half an hour, right? So in a month, your storage account can be down. We are not even saying will be down. We as in Microsoft is not even saying will be down. It can be down or not available for service maximum for 30 minutes or 1 hour, whatever number comes in this 11.9. If it is 1 hour, maximum for 1 hour. If it is down beyond 1 hour, then SLA is breached and we will pay you for whatever. I mean, that is everything is there in the agreement. That is what they mean by this. Then if you take ZRS, then it is 12.9. Maybe from 60 minutes, it is 40 minutes. That in a month, maximum your account can be down, it's 40 minutes. If I go for GRS, then it is 16 nines, right? Then if we are going for this one, again, it's 16 nines, but we have read access in this case. Got it, guys? How to read this? We have already done that, by the way.
Yes, yes, Albert.
Yes, guys, anyone else? Any doubt in this one? Then why are we talking about this? What is the difference between LRS, ZRS? These details are fine. These are purely technical details. But if your client is asking, your client who doesn't understand anything technical, that is the reason he has hired you as a consultant, right? He doesn't want to listen 3 replicas, so on, etc. He doesn't understand that. He's a business person. Let's say e-commerce owner. He's a business person. He doesn't want to know, he or she doesn't want to know. They do not want to know what is running at the background, at the behind. They are interested in numbers. So this is how you can code them. You don't literally have to remember it, but if you remember one of them also, it's fine. That okay, in LRS maybe they are promising 11 nines, and ZRS 12 nines, and 16 or 15 nines, and this goes on. Something like this, if you answer, that is also still fine. But that it should be clear. This is for interview, I'm saying. But when you go in front of client, obviously you'll do the study and go. Right, you will check everything and you'll have this prepared with your on PPT, everything, and then you go. You code the numbers, you code the Microsoft website, everything. That's a different thing. In your interview, it's okay to say here a number here and there, it's fine. But you should have this understanding that ZRS gives more promising SLA than LRS. GRS gives more promising SLA than LRS and ZRS. Along with this, these are technical details. This is business promise. Got it, guys? Any details, any confusion do you have in this one? Yes, no, maybe. Is it clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let's see that we are saying that we have LRS, ZRS, GRS. I would say if I'm getting everything better in RA-GRS, so why do we even talk about LRS and ZRS and GRS? Let's keep everything in RA-GRS. That is the best service I see. But why would we do that? Because there is a cost involved. I mean, if there wasn't any cost involved, what will I say? Even my marketing brochure, which have expired, which I created 2 years back, I may need it for some audit purpose, or I may not need it. Maybe I'll delete it after 1 year. I will say keep that also in RA-GRS. If there is no question of amount or price, why would I use LRS? Right? I mean, not only me. Why anyone would use LRS? Even if these are your pictures, let's say your personal pictures, and if Google Drive or Apple Drive, if they tell you that you can keep your pictures locally and you'll be charged same, you keep your pictures 3 copies, you'll be charged same, you keep 6 copies, you'll be charged same, and you keep these many copies one here, one on our server. So even if your phone is lost, we can recover it. And there are no extra charges. What will you say? Fine, whichever is the best option, bring it to me. In fact, I'll go with this one. But no, that is not the case. There is a cost involved in this. So look at this. Same region will go with everything same, performance, premium or standard, it's fine. I think nowadays they have removed general purpose V1. If you guys remember, yesterday I was explaining this to you, but I did not check the portal before we do that. I think they have removed the V1. Now we will check when we go to portal. I think they have already removed the version 1. If yes, then it's good for you. So let's stick to version 2. Okay, what am I doing then? All these things we'll see later. Region, we are keeping same. Let's say I want to keep data of 10 GB. That's it. Pay as you go. Fine. I'm not paying anything extra. Everything, all parameters I'm keeping same. Okay, everything I'm keeping same. Now look at this. How much am I paying here? If I remove all this, so look at this. Monthly cost 159 rupees for 10 GB. Fine. 10 GB, East US, 159 rupees with LRS. Now in 159 rupees, so we don't even have to go there. Look at, let's stick here, 17 rupees. This is average R, by the way, average price, by the way. Okay, 17 rupees I'm paying per month for using LRS. East US, 10 GB. Fine. What does it mean? That if I save one copy, Azure will make sure that there are 3 copies available of that. And whenever service is down, I will get my data. Even if one account goes down, I will get my data because they have 3 copies of it. They're not letting me know where are those extra copies, etc. Nothing, right? But there are 3 copies. They are promising, and some sort of SLA they are promising. So I'm paying 17 rupees. Fine. But I say, nahi yaar, thoda sa crucial data hai. I want, what if the zone is down completely? Though it doesn't happen, but what if it happens? So what if the data center is down? I want some more durability. I'll say, fine, ZRS. Take ZRS. What will happen in ZRS? Copies in 3 different zones. So even if let's say Kharadi, which is an area in Pune, if that data center is down, I will still get my services from other 2 areas. It could be maybe Hinjawadi or SP Info City. These are 3 different areas in the 3 corners. So I'll still get my services. So I'm getting more durability here. But what is happening with that? Look at this. Price increased. Similarly, if I say, what if Pune region is down? My photos are very important, very crucial. I want something else. I go with GRS. Fine, you can do that. But look at this. What happens? Price is increasing. Everything is same. Region, account type, access tier. This we are going to discuss everything later. As of now, we are just focusing on redundancy. That why do we have multiple options, and why will we choose that? If best is available, why will we choose? Why would we go for LRS? Because there is a difference in price. And if I say fine, GRS it's okay, but I want read access also. Fine, take it. But what's happening? Look at this. Price is increasing. Look at this. Price is increasing. So wherever you go, however you do it, your price will increase or decrease. Based on this, you will discuss with your client that what kind of data do you have, how much do you want to spend, and then you will select the nature of it. You, as in this case, you are not going to do this. All these discussion and everything, it will be done at the architect level with your client. When you get it, you will get the complete details. Again, as the build sheet which you get for server, similarly, you get the same details for storage account. That we need a storage account. This should be the region. This should be the type. This should be the performance type. Storage account type. Access tier should be there, and redundancy should be this. You'll get all the details. But in your interview, you should have understanding, and you should be able to explain all this. This is the reason we are discussing all this. So now you understand, guys, that what is the difference between these in terms of money. Same data, I'm not changing anything. Now this is just 10 GB. Imagine data in TBs. And now imagine that how much it would cost. LRS will cost me only 17,000. The moment I say GRS, almost double. In fact, more than double, 39,000. ZRS, 22,000. So it is a lot. Cost is a lot in this case. Right? So you cannot go ahead and blindly choose GRS for everything. There should be some rationale, some data. Even this makes some changes in cost. We are going to see that later. And this also, how do we decide it? We are going to learn. Don't worry about it. But as of now, we are focusing on redundancy. So is this part clear to everyone?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Anyone has any doubt, any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, we have 3 minutes left. Let me quickly show it to you one more time. How do we create a storage account? Though we have done it yesterday, but 3 minutes are left. So I'll just conclude this session completely for LRS, GRS theory and practical. We can mark it. So I go here, I search for storage account. I will see my existing storage accounts here. If I want to create a new storage account, click on create. Select a resource group. Name the account. Select the region. Obviously region से भी cost आपका change होगा, right? But you don't have to worry about it. And this is the place. Okay, we saw this LRS, GRS, ZRS, everything, right? Look at this. What do we have? LRS. Do I have an option to not select LRS, select no redundancy like virtual machine? Do we have any option here?
No.
No,
No.
at
So we
least
have
we
to
have to
select some
select.
redundancy. Minimum could be LRS. So here it is, LRS, GRS, ZRS, GZRS. What is missing, guys?
Read.
Read
RA-GRS.
So how do I get that?
by checking the
Manually?
box under.
Yes. So the moment you select GRS, if you want to make it RA-GRS, you just have to check this box. Make read access to data available in the event of regional unavailability. I mean, if when there is some disaster or there's something where region is not available, so make the data read access. It is make it available at least to read in from another region till the time that is becoming your first that is becoming your primary region, the one which I explained yesterday. So this is how you create as RA-GRS. If you don't check it, this is just GRS. Similarly, ZRS, if you check this, this is RA. If you don't check, this is without read access. Okay. As of now, let's go with LRS. These options we are going to see in next session. So you just check all these boxes, uncheck depending on the situation, requirement. You'll get all of these and then you click on create. And this is how you create one storage account. Only 30 seconds are left, guys. Let me stop the session and we'll start in 5 minutes using the same link.